I measured it because I was curious. So it's literally 2 feet by 2 feet. When I get to the end of myself and I'm like, I don't know how to do this on my own strength, and it makes such a difference. Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to actually show you my little prayer corner, which is a tiny little spot. We have an 800 square foot house, so it's very small, but I want to show you how you can use even a really small space, even if you don't have a whole closet to dedicate or even a whole room, that you can use a really small space very intentionally to have like your own little war room. If you've seen that movie, it's so inspiring. I definitely recommend it. But having a space that you can come and really just meet with the Lord intentionally, to pray over your family, to pray over your friends, to have a specific spot that you come to when you're feeling just really beat down and discouraged and you just need the Lord to meet you where you're at. Anyways, it's been super beneficial for me, so I want to show you all about that. If you're new around here, hi, I'm KyAnn. I am a wife and mom of 3 kiddos, currently 4 and under, and I share lots of content around homemaking, simple living, backyard homesteading, and Christian motherhood encouragement as well. That's kind of my heart behind my channel, and I really want to bring you along for my journey of learning to live a little bit slower, implementing intentional rhythms with my kids and my family to get more done and just be present with my family and just everything that the Lord is teaching me along the way. If you like that kind of thing, I'd love for you to subscribe and join this little YouTube family. And if you're not new around here, thank you so much for joining me for another video. Before I take you into my room and show you my prayer corner and explain to you kind of the strategies that I use in that space, how I use it regularly, all of that kind of thing, I actually have a few homemaking things that I need to get done. So I'm gonna bring you along with me really quick while I prep some sourdough bread that I need to shape and get ready to go in the oven later. And then I'm gonna make a quick cup of coffee and I'm gonna bring you along and show you all about my prayer corner. I like to share a lot of cooking from scratch and homemaking content in my videos because I think it's encouraging to see that other people are doing those monotonous, mundane tasks just day in and day out. I know often as a young mom especially, like it can really feel like my days are just full of the same repeated tasks over and over and over. Everyone needs to be fed constantly, and you know, there's always toys to be picked up and projects to be done around the house. It's just kind of a never-ending list in this season of life, and maybe in every season, honestly, I'm not really sure, but for sure in this season of life. And I feel like sharing pieces of that here with other people who can relate is really encouraging, that we're all doing those mundane things. And if we can encourage each other to find joy in that and to really just find the positives, even in the mundane small things, to find the beauty in those little things, I just think that really helps. So that's part of why I like to share that here. I'm working on some bread right here. I actually made some sourdough Hawaiian rolls for the first time. We have not had Hawaiian rolls in years. Since my husband has been gluten-free, we have not had them, and I found a recipe on Farmhouse on Boone. Of course, I'll link it down below for you. But these turned out absolutely delicious. We ate them in one meal, and I am already making another batch because they were so good. They were really simple to pull together, but they were so delicious. So I definitely recommend.
Hey darling, can I tell you what's been on my mind? Sick and tired of the 9 to 5 in the city life. Hey darling, we could get out of town, see the beautiful world around, wanna see it now. Pack our bags and get in that car, leave a little note and we'll drive real far. Let's get out, we can leave this city, let's drive to the open air. Yeah, the countryside is so pretty, with the wind blowing in your hair. We can look back some.
Okay, I got the rolls all prepped and they are in here. I was out of my tea towels, so I'm just using what I have with some like washcloths and hoping that that works out okay. But anyways, we're gonna go make our coffee now.
Look back someday, baby, don't you understand that we only get one life? I wanna make it count, honey, come on now and take my hand. Hey darling, I love it when it's me and you, on the road with a couple of tunes and a coffee too. Hey darling, you know we're gonna have a really good time, driving in the middle of the night when the stars are bright. Pack our bags and get in that life, I wanna make it count. Honey, come on now and take my hand.
Okay, if you've been around here for a little bit, you've probably seen me make my iced lattes before because I show them often on here. But I'm definitely an iced latte girl through and through. I do like hot lattes occasionally, but iced lattes is what I pick like 90% of the time. So I just added a little bit of my homemade creamer here, and then I'm gonna add some raw milk to top it off. And if you have not seen my homemade latte video, I'll link that in the description down below if you need a recipe to make really yummy, really delicious coffee shop style lattes at home. That is the video for you. Okay, then I just pour it over ice and we are all set to go. Okay, so this is my little prayer corner space. So I'm going to give you a quick overview. Obviously, it's very small, so it doesn't take that much to explain. But then I'll flip you around and give you an actual tour of how I have it arranged, how I actually use it, all of that kind of thing. So this little corner is basically just a dead space in our room behind. This is our bedroom, and this is our bedroom door. So it opens here. So you really can't put anything here because if you were to open the door, it would just run into any furniture or anything like that. I used to have a mirror here, like a full-length mirror, and it worked well for that, but aside from anything else, I mean, you can't really use this. So this is just dead space. I saw the movie War Room. I was super inspired. I wanted to have a space that I could have verses all over the wall, that I could put prayer requests up physically in front of my eyes so that I could come and make it a regular part of my routine. I don't know about you, but sometimes I can struggle with telling my friends, telling family, like, oh, I'll be praying for you, and having every intention to be praying for them and wanting to pray for them regularly and consistently, but then going throughout just everything that happens in life, just all the daily things that we have to do, getting your to-do list done, all of that, and forgetting to actually make it a priority. And I have a few different things that have really helped me with that, but having a physical space that I can come to and make it a routine to come in regularly and sit and pray over the prayer requests that I've written has really changed everything for me. It's been really amazing. Even just having the space to come when I'm overwhelmed and come and look at these verses, this truth that I've written on the wall, when I get to the end of myself and I'm like, I don't know how to do this on my own strength. Obviously, you can pray anywhere. You can pray literally, it doesn't matter where you are. But having this space where I already have the verses up on the wall, I can come and sit on the floor. When I'm overwhelmed, this is what I do. I come in here, I sit on the floor, I read over the verses. They're right in front of my eyes. Even honestly, when I'm struggling with feeling angry or feeling selfish or wanting to do things my way and not someone else's way. I mean, that sounds silly, but honestly, marriage, let's be honest, like, that happens in marriage a lot, where, you know, you want to do something one way and your spouse wants to do it a different way, and you have to figure out how to meet in the middle and keep the Lord the focus, even though you don't agree with each other at that moment. So often when I do get overwhelmed or stressed out, I come in here, I sit on the floor, I read over these words, and I just start praying them aloud, and it makes such a difference. Okay, so back to the quick overview. So this space, I measured it because I was curious. So it's literally 2 feet by 2 feet, so 4 square feet of space. But you could do this even if you didn't have like a little corner like this. I saw this in War Room, and they had an entire closet that they dedicated, and I've seen some amazing prayer closet tours where they have a whole closet and you can pack it out, which is so awesome, and I would love to have that one day. But we live in an 800 square foot house. It's also an older home, so it doesn't have a ton of closets anyways. It doesn't have a lot of storage, and we don't have a closet that we could dedicate to it. So that's why I started using this little space. But also, I'm going to show you in a second, I have a few other spaces in my room that I also considered that aren't a corner like this, that are even smaller than this. You could use just a wall. When I posted my prayer Bible video a few months ago, which if you don't know what a prayer Bible is, you can go, I'll link that video down below as well, but it's basically like a portable prayer room, honestly. It's a Bible that you dedicate just to prayer, and you go through and you make different tabs on the side that are color-coded or different patterns. You have different categories, and you pick whatever categories you want. You could have a category on favor, on healing, on forgiveness. You could have a category just for friends specifically, or praying over your family, praying for your marriage, all those things. And you go through and you highlight specific verses so that you can just flip through your Bible, flip all the way through every verse in the favor category when you're praying for favor over something in your life, or if you need to pray for forgiveness for something, or a softened heart, etc. Amazing concept. I have absolutely loved that, and it really is like a portable prayer closet that you can just take anywhere with you. So that's an awesome idea too. But when I shared that video, I actually had several of you comment on that video and say that you were inspired by how small my prayer closet was, because you had the same problem, that you didn't have a closet space that you could dedicate to, which is why I wanted to make this video, because I had a lot of you request that. But there were several of you that actually made your own prayer closet without even having a space at all. Even if you didn't have like a corner or a wall even that you could dedicate it to, there were several people that went and got poster boards from like Walmart or wherever, and used that, like the tri-fold poster boards, and used that as their portable prayer room. And I thought that was such a cool idea, because you could store that under a bed, you could store that anywhere, and just pull it out, pop it up, and you can have all your sections for prayer requests and your verses and things that you're praying over specifically every day. All of that, you could have it right there. So I thought that was an amazing idea. Okay, I'm gonna flip you around really quick and show you the different sections that I have here. Okay, to give you a little perspective, this is our bed here, and then my laundry, and then this is the corner right here. And okay, we will start on this side. So this side over here has quite a lot of verses. The one I put in the middle is Deuteronomy 6:5-9. You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your might. And it keeps going, but it talks about teaching those things diligently to your children. This has just been kind of a life verse for me personally, so I put that one right in the middle. I also have right underneath it Matthew 6:6, which is kind of what this whole idea of a prayer closet is even based off of. But when you pray, go into your room and shut the door and pray to your Father who is in secret, and your Father who sees in secret will reward you. That's kind of what the whole idea and the whole concept is. They talk about this in War Room with the movie as well, so I wanted to have that right front and center. And then all of the other ones are basically just verses that specifically I've been referencing over and over again lately, that are just kind of like life verses that I'm praying continuously, that I wanted to have on my wall so that I could easily just reference them. I could pray through those exact scriptures and have them right in front of my face. So I'm going to continue to add things to this, but this is what I have so far. I probably have, let's see, I don't know, 8 of them. Yeah, 8 different verses here. And then I have a lot of room still. Let me back up. Obviously all up this wall is blank. And so the thing about this space is I really can't go up. Here is definitely the highest that I could go, and even here, if I'm sitting on the ground, I obviously cannot read that. So I put the things that I wanted to reference most often lower in this specific space, so that when I sit on the ground, I want to get like a little pillow, so I can make this even cozier and just sit in here on a little comfy little pillow. But I haven't found anything yet, like a floor pillow maybe or something. Anyway, so I want to be able to read it while I'm sitting there. So my plan for up here, I may add some more verses, because I could definitely still see a few more lines of verses, like if I'm sitting on the floor. So I'll probably add a few more verses there. And then the top, I actually have started doing like a prayer journal. And so I'm trying most days to write in this prayer journal, just simple little prayers, but to write them out. I'm gonna flip you around for just a second, but to write out those prayers, because I find that that really helps me to focus better when I'm praying, to not lose my train of thought and think about my to-do list for later that day or what I'm making for dinner, etc. Just writing it out helps me to focus. And also I love having like that tangible reminder that you can flip back through and see how the Lord answered your prayers, whether that was how you expected him to or completely different. But see the blessing in that and what you learned through that. I really want to have that record. And so my thought is that I will actually, on this space, add a bunch of those written prayers, take them from my journal and just tape them up here so I can have like just a tangible reminder. It'll be really more aesthetic than anything else, because I'm not going to be probably praying those same prayers, but it's aesthetic and it'll be pretty all the way up the wall, covering the wall. But also it's a tangible physical reminder of just sitting at the Lord's feet, asking for his direction, asking for his strength, asking for his mercy, and seeing those beautiful answered prayers just right in front of me. So I think that will be really fun. Next, I'll show you this cork board. So this is my prayer request board. So I actually turned them around just for privacy's sake because I have a lot of requests on there for other people that aren't my own to share, and so I wanted to cover those up. But I have over here, I have a prayer request side and then an answered prayer side. And so a lot of these requests are probably, honestly, some of them may be answered quickly. Some of them, you know, could be answered very quickly. But there's also a lot of prayers that we pray in life that are going to be prayers that we pray for a while, you know, weeks, months, years, even decades. And so what I did on all of these prayer requests, I have different categories that I've done, and I actually wrote the date on a lot of them, or on all of them, when I started this. And I'm going to come back through when I move it to the answered prayer side. I need to come over here. I just moved this one over here, and I need to add on the bottom here, you know, the approximate time frame that the prayer was answered, because I just think that's so cool to keep. And then I can keep a record of all these different prayers, when they were answered, how long I was praying them. I just think that's really fun. So, or just a really neat reminder to see how the Lord works. And sometimes it's not in our timing. Sometimes it takes much longer than we would like it to take, but the Lord is always working. He's working everything for our good, and just having that tangible reminder is so encouraging. So I have the prayer request side and then the answered prayers. I would like to get a little bit better at writing these out. I tend to write out the bigger prayers so far. That's how I've used it so far. Okay, sorry, I was saying I tend to write out the bigger prayers, so the prayers that are going to be prayed over a longer period of time, just bigger requests of my friends and family, things that are ongoing, rather than just like the in-the-minute quick prayers that you need to do. And I want to get a little better, honestly, at writing out some of the prayer requests that I talk with my friends about, or my family, that are more like weekly prayer requests, like prayers for strength, and just all the different things that might be. So I need to get a little bit of a better system, maybe like setting an evening each week when I come in here and I write out a few prayer requests, because this really does help me to have a reminder to pray regularly. The other thing I'll mention is the app Prayminder. Definitely download that. That's another one. I use it on my watch, so you can input prayer requests right into this app, and it will remind you on your watch throughout the day to pray for those things. So it'll just pop up as a notification on your watch if you have an Apple Watch, or on your phone too, but you can sync it to your watch, which I really like. So then when I'm just going throughout my day, I get a notification to pray for, you know, this request for my personal life. Then I get a notification to pray for my friend, to pray for my sister, you know, all of those things. I think it's a really helpful way to remind me to stop and pray continuously, because the Bible talks about that often. So that has been another really awesome tool for me. And then this top section I added recently, and this is actually a section specific for my work, which maybe this won't resonate with everyone, but I am a work from home mom. I am very entrepreneurial. I love having a business. I love being able to be creative here on this YouTube channel and share with other moms who are in a similar season as me, as well as some that aren't in the same season as me. And I take it very seriously. Sharing here, sharing on Instagram, my course that I have, all of the different like business things, they're all a ministry to me as well. And it's very integrated into just my normal everyday life, because I work from home. I work in little pockets of time throughout the day, and it's just my life and my work. Like, there's not a ton of separation. It all kind of flows together. And I want to be really intentional about praying over my work. I mean, praying over the goals that I have for sure, and the big things and dreams that the Lord has planted in my heart that I hope to do one day. So that's part of it. But also praying for the people that are watching my videos, praying for the people that follow me on Instagram, praying for the people that are inside of my course and trying to make changes in their lives as stay-at-home moms and implement consistent schedules and just all those things. I've made so many incredible friends here and relationships here, and I want to be really faithful to pray over that regularly, as well as just like building my business for the future, making sure that as I build this business that it is gospel centered, that it that it is focused on what the Lord has for me. Sorry, my watch keeps going off. But just that my business is very focused on what the Lord has for me and not just what I desire for myself. That I would, you know, it talks about in the Bible that we make our plans, but the Lord determines our path. And that's what I want more than anything. And I was really convicted recently that I need to be praying that regularly over my business as well. So all of these verses are actually, obviously they can apply to lots of things, but these are specific ones that the Lord brought to mind that I'm praying over regularly in regards to my business, in regards to the people that I'm talking to and that I've made relationships with through my business. Just lots of verses specifically for that, so that I can constantly be coming here and putting my business at his feet for him to use for his purpose and not my own, to keep my mind in the right place, to keep me centered on the right things. So again, that might not apply to everyone, but that's something that I always have wanted to be intentional with, praying over my business as much as I'm working in my business, honestly. Like, I think that's so important. And I was finding it was just easy to want to make that a priority and to have the right heart, but then not practically implement that. So creating this little section back here that I can come to regularly and just be praying over those verses has been really helpful for me. And obviously you could do that in any category of your life. So I hope to continue to build out other sections. I already have a lot of things for family specifically, and some of the other obviously big things in my life, my marriage and stuff like that, in the other verses that I have, but I would like to continue to build that out even more. So yeah, that's kind of how I use this space. I hope that that was encouraging in some way. And oh, I was going to show you really quick the other spot that I was planning on using if I didn't use this corner. The other two spots that I was planning on using was right over here on the wall, actually beside my bed, which obviously would just be a little wall space there, or using this spot between the curtains here, or using this spot behind my closet door, where I would have like a whole blank wall that could be used. And I just wanted to share that briefly, because if you don't have a space where you have a corner, sometimes it's helpful to just see other ideas and to just open your mind to other possibilities. Obviously you can pray anywhere. You don't need a dedicated prayer corner or prayer closet in order to have a strong prayer life, but I do feel like this has been a really awesome resource for me, and just a way to, like I said, just practically implement prayer more consistently in my life throughout each and every day, to have a space that is mine, that is specifically for me and the Lord to spend time together, and to just implement that rhythm in my life continually. So I hope you found some encouragement in this video. If you have a prayer closet or prayer corner, I would love to hear how you have that in your house, or if you're planning on starting one, definitely let me know in the comments below. I hear my kiddos waking up from naps, so it's time for me to head out. But I also wanted to mention really quick, if you are interested in making prayer a more consistent rhythm in your life, definitely go check out this video that I'll link here, sharing how I made my prayer Bible, how I use it in my daily life, and some tips and resources for exactly how I made that really simple and easy. Thank you so much for watching another video, and I can't wait to see you guys in the next one. Bye friends!